All right. Morning, folks. My name is Phil Gallagher. I run ThrabenU University, a site for legacy death and taxes. Today we're going to be playing kind of an interesting deck. If you're not following Legacy super closely, you maybe haven't seen this one before. So this deck is kind of new. It doesn't really have an established name yet necessarily. A lot of people have been calling it Temur Crash or like Rug Crash or Rug Cascade. Whatever you call it, it's sweet. So this exact version of the deck list is Peter Vanderham's deck list, and he actually donated to make this stream happen, so thank you for that. I'm super excited for this one. So it's kind of similar to something like Shardless Bug or Shardless Bant, in that like you have the Shardless Agent Ancestral Vision package, but you also can cascade into Rhinos, which is super, super sweet. Now, on its own, like if you just like suspend this, you do get 8 power for a single mana, which is absolutely insane, even by Legacy standards. You know, it takes a while to get there. Like, you're not attacking with these until like turn 6 if you suspend on turn 1, since like the tokens don't have haste. But like the rate is very good. So one kind of cool thing about this whole like Shardless Agent thing is that like normally you don't want to play counter spells because you don't want to cascade into them. Well, Force of Negation now makes it so you can play way more counter spells that don't trigger Shardless Agent, which is super cool. We only have one bad hit with Shardless Agent, and that's the Mox Diamond. But the Mox Diamond really helps to smooth out the mana base and like power out earlier Ren and 6 or Shardless Agents and things. So I think it's necessary. Morning, and thank you very much for supporting the stream. I just thank you just moments ago. So we do have another new card in the mix here other than Ren and 6. We also have Icefang Coatl, which is like not quite Baleful Strix, but almost Baleful Strix. So like the upside it has is that it like has flash, which is pretty big game, and it will also get Death Touch as long as you control 3 other snow permanents. So we do have 4 snow-covered basics here in order to enable that, as well as like another copy of Icefang Coatl, which is a snow permanent. But note, this is 3 others, not 3 snow permanents. As far as the sideboard here, most of the stuff that you might expect to see in a Rug deck is here. I want to highlight 2 new cards that are here. Magmatic Sinkhole. This card has really been impressing me. It's not quite common enough yet where I'm ready to be playing around it. But for decks that are light on using their graveyard, it is a super great mid to end game removal spell that also gives you like another out to things like Jace. So super happy to be playing this card. And then one I haven't played with before is Ashiok Dream Render. Largely you're playing it so that your opponent can't search their library. So this will shut off things like fetch lands and infernal tutors, and generally be a bit of a nuisance. The milling side is kind of whatever, and it's like a light piece of graveyard hate as well. But the top half of this card is pretty sick. It's also another one of those things where if you happen to accelerate it out via a Mox Diamond, it's kind of disgusting. So let's just kind of jump into a league here and see how this deck fares. If you weren't watching last night, I had kind of a crazy awesome stream. Let me see if I still have that screenshot available. So this was last night. It was a lot of fun. Sword of Truth and Justice did some kind of disgusting things. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Huh. So we can Prismatic Vista for Forest and Crashing Foothills suspend on turn 1. We have Force of Will and Force of Negation with Shardless Agents to pitch to them if necessary. I think this one's a keep since I'm on the draw. Like, the hand has problems, but could become very good. I think the upside of this hand is high enough to make it work. Wildfire, thank you very much for throwing some Twitch Prime support this way. I really appreciate it. Enjoy your Thalia emotes, and get ready to rumble. Like, it's Rhino time. These are all snow-covered. Snow-covered forest. And I guess I should keep this counter on screen. You can have that. That's not worth a Force of Will. I'm glad to deliver. So I don't actually have anything for my little buddy to flash back yet. So it may just be better to waste. I really just want to stall out this game because, like, the endgame inevitability probably favors me. Like, historically, the decks that use Cascade creatures tend to outvalue fair blue decks pretty badly come endgame. And now I have to decide if I want to, like, protect this card with a counterspell. Ice Vankawaddle? Alright, I respect my opponent here. They've got potentially an 8 Strix build. Sort of quick, if you were watching the reruns from last night, like, they're good. You'll enjoy those. Well, can't counter that even with Force of Negation, right? Yeah, if it is countered this way. Yeah, we've had some great loam matches on stream recently. Been super pleased with them. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming. Let the value begin. And now we have all 3 basics for Ice Fang Coatl as well. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Shout out to my sponsor, Card Hoarder, for enabling all of my degeneracy, by the way. Like, I'm so happy that I can just, like, play literally every deck that I want to in Legacy. Yeah, you can Thoughtseize me. Yeah, so even with the cards that I own, I still borrowed like $450 worth of stuff. And that's saying something, because I own a good degree of legacy staples. Whatever this is, it probably gets forced. I think that's worth a force. It's borderline, though. Like, I have the lightning bolt to just answer it. Rhinos! I've done it! Let's start this turn with Ponder. Don't like any of that. Bulk's not overly impressive. So I think this is get back Wasteland. Play Wasteland. Bolt, take that off the table. Waste you. I can remove double black, I can remove double blue, I can remove double green. So I guess this is the best option. Junk that. Send in one Cascade boy. And the Rhinos are coming next turn. I will be super sad if my opponent Toxic Deluges. By the way. The Rhinos, they're here to play. We do have 4 basics in the deck, so I can get a basic out of this exchange. My opponent is facing down 10 power, and I have top decks like Icefang Coatl and Shardless Agent and Renin 6 to like really keep the value train going. And Arcanist also at this point has enough food in the graveyard to just be obnoxious. So sort of quick, like our curve is a little low to the ground. So like we don't need the 4 drops outside of Jace in all likelihood. So Toxic Deluge no longer an out for our opponent. Alright, and we get there. So looking at our opponent's deck, they're playing a, like, bug value deck. I wouldn't be surprised if they have Shardless Agents of their own in here. So I expect to see, like, 4 Strix, 4 Icefang Coatl, 2 or 3 Leovold, maybe 2 to 3 Jace, maybe a couple of Lilies, Shardless Agent. So we want to just, like, kind of try to outvalue our opponent. So these cards are not necessarily where I want to be. Yeah, I know the 1 diamond looks weird, but I swear it makes sense. Like, I don't necessarily want to 2-for-1 myself. I think we want to play this, like, long, drawn-out value game. So I'd like to trim some of this. I think I want this in case my opponent has some Tarmogoyf-sized threat that I need to answer. The blasts are probably fine. They'll nug a Planeswalker that sticks. And then, like, there's some medium cards that I can choose to board in, but will have some degree of limited utility. So these are the things that I probably want to trim or cut. I think I'm going to nug the Mox Diamond. And Force of Negation is less flexible than Force of Will, so I'll get rid of those. And then as far as like the actual forces go, I think I'll keep them. So the only downside of how I'm sideboarding here is that I'm going to open up these Pyroblasts and Red Blasts to be Cascade targets for Shardless Agent. I think that's okay. Not 100% there. I'll be keeping this hand. It's a touch awkward in that like we have double blast in the opener and we also want to play like Ice Fang Coatl on turn 2. I think I'm going to treat the blasts as endgame spells. Can't cascade into them if you just have them in your hand. Winning. Yay! It's not really what I wanted to hit there. You gonna end of turn brainstorm? No, just fetching for giggles. As for Alex, thank you very much for following. Alright, so there's the Tarmogoyf that I boarded in the Magmatic Sinkhole for, and I just shuffled away the Magmatic Sinkhole. And drawing real hot with these top deck lands in my land-heavy hand. Don't worry, I got one Death Touchy boy coming right up. Ah, Sword Equip, that's awesome. Just to, like, plug Cardboard Live, remember that if you click on cards, you can be sent directly to Card Kingdom, and buy the cards while supporting me. You know, only do that if the prices are good. And, like, conditions fine and everything, but throwing it out there. Big butts confirmed. Lurgoyfs are thick. Alright, what happened with that Ponder? No shuffle with Ponder. Am I pondering this turn? It's not going to be a good ponder if I do. I am going to ponder. I'd really rather just, like, naturally draw something that's gas, but I guess I can accept, like, 2 ponders, given circumstances of my hand. Renin 6 is insane. I'm not, like, super tapped into the finance market currently. But I imagine that that card will hold value. Another big boy. Who would win? One iconic legacy creature or one snake? Snack doing work. Are we doing this? I think we're doing this. Do I need another basic? I think I want to leave the last basic in there for Assassin's Trophy reasons. And Prismatic Vista. No, I think we're past the point where, like, wastelanding them into oblivion is the way that I'm winning this game. Well, I don't get to say no to that. Cindervines is sweet. That card got me pretty good last night. Brainstorm is a huge get here. That was a very bad brainstorm, though. So my opponent just has 8 power worth of Tarmogoyfs on board, and I can't do anything about it. Alright. Alright. I just flooded that game. We drew a little bit too much of the suspend side of the deck and the land side together. And so, like, our long-term prospects were good, but the Goyfs just gunned us down. Well, when there's just one Tarmogoyf in play, I think that's totally fine. Like, assuming my Icefang Coatl holds off that Goyf, like, I have a Blast for their next cantrip, or a big Walker or something like that. This hand is sweet. Keep. And I think the Ancestral's fine. Like, I don't know that I'd go so far as to say, like, amazing, but it felt good. I don't think Deck Vaden fits in this deck. Because I think most of the time... Dude, Tyler, that is Gross. Congrats on that. Super happy that resolved. So, like, here you're going to see Ren and 6 just doing value things. It making me hit my land drop every turn is going to be huge. My opponent can just, like, Assassin's Trophy it or something like that. Yeah. That's fine. Like, 2 mana, get my opponent's Abrupt Decay out of their hand, and give me, like, another land drop. That's fine. I'm going to save this fetch for the Brainstorm. Oh, the value! Oh, the value! It's so delicious. Didn't even Cascade into the Pyroblast. You have your own Shardless Agent, friend? No, you have Strix. Unsure if I'll blast that to get that out of the way. No, we don't have Narset. I think I'm supposed to Brainstorm to help me plan out this turn before taking any other actions. So I'll be putting back 1 land. And a Bolt. Yeah, let's go 1 land Bolt. Fetch. Let's get an island. Play out my Ice Fang Coatl. Get a redraw. I think I'm going to hold up my Blast. I'll trade Shardless Agent for Strix. But I don't want to trade my Ice Fang Coatls for them, because they're, like, going to be better versus the Goits that I could care about. And I'm all about aggressively. Honestly, with me about to draw 3 cards, do I just want to get this? Like, I can try to trade it for these. I think I am going to force this. I think it's close. But there's, like, these worlds where I could get What's the snow sweeper called? Dead of Winter. Yes. I could get Dead of Wintered and, like, be super sad. Oh, my God. Oh, the value. I can't? Oh, God, it's non-snow creatures. Oh! That's sick. Snow snacks. So I want to suspend both of these and Shardless Agent this turn. This should probably fetch Mountain. So I can go, yeah. I want to fetch Mountain so I can double Bolt in a turn if I need to. So I can go Shardless for green, blue, red. I don't think I want two of these, because the Sinkhole is not going to kill Goyfs anymore, and Wasteland's bad, Ponder's medium. Let's just shuffle that and try to find something better. Alright. So we have a strong board presence, a lot of burn, and a ton of inevitability coming. My opponent does still have 6 cards, though. You had me at Snack, but lost me at Modern. Alright. Opponent has a big boy. I'm very good at drawing lands. Well, I guess I play one out. Am I attacking for one? I will attack for one. Fatal Push the other Iceman Koala. That's fine. Snow Snake is Newstrix. That is correct. Chat, don't look at this. This is the opposite of value. At least it worked. That would have been real sad if it didn't. Hello! Hello! Based on the texture of this game, I don't actually think Arcanist is going to live. So Snapcaster Decay is pretty strong. Morning, and yes, you do see gas. We have a lot of that in this deck. Don't know if you've checked out the suspend zone over there, but it's cool stuff hanging out. Oh, thank God, I'm so glad they didn't attack. Because then I would have to, like, think about whether or not I wanted to, like, trade this Ice Fang Coatl. Yes! Tasty value! So all my stuff is about to come off of Suspend. That's so sick. I'm gonna make so many Rhinos. Yeah, opponent might be in a tight spot. I have not cascaded into Rhinos yet. I'm looking forward to that happening. Also, I'm kind of wondering what the top end of my opponent's deck is. I haven't seen, like, Jace or Shardless Agent yet. So I'm wondering if they're just, like, stopping at 2. Target me. You have Force? Yes, you can cast the free stuff. You do have a Force. It's fine. Notably, that is going to go to exile. It's okay. We'll make some Rhinos. JVD Paul and Josim, thank you very much for following. I hope you're enjoying the content. There are worlds where I want to wasteland them off double black, but I think I'd rather have real cards. Is it good? I wasn't sure if it was good. See if we can ponder and set up this Shardless Agent to be sick. They're done with me. They are not letting me play with my food. This deck is so much fun. We're playing against Boss Krenko, who is a Goblins streamer. How does Goblins do against 4/4 Rhino Boys? How does Goblins do against this? Don't tell me I already know the answer. You have a lackey. I'm gonna have to answer that. Card's real good. There's a world where I don't want to cast this Ponder and just like keep something blue for force here. Oh, this is great. I guess it's not quite as great as I thought because I have to shuffle the bolt. So I guess I just ended up right back in the same spot. And I probably should have taken that lightning bolt or the land instead. There's a world where you just jam Arcanist here and use Force as protection. You might be right. Crater Maker's fine. That does not answer my thick boy. I have so much toughness. I don't even think I want to ponder this turn. What would I be looking for? I think ponder is force fodder. I don't know if you've been on the fair deck side of Arcanist before, but it's rough. Oh, don't apologize for typos. I've read enough Twitch chat where I'm pretty good at deciphering that sort of thing. Yeah, so some people look at Mox Diamond and they focus on the, well, what if you hit it with Cascade moments? And they don't realize how stupid, like, turn 1 Ren can be. We won't be blocking that. Matron, probably. Ah! Okay. I can respect that. It could be bye-bye Rhinos, it could be bye-bye Ren and 6. Could be bye-bye Red Sources. Bye-bye Snowlands. Like, they have a lot of options. I actually don't know which route they're going to go. It's bye-bye Rhinos. Eh. Yeah, that was an earwig squad that savagely ripped my rhinos from my deck. He doesn't have to be subscribed. He donated to make this stream happen. He's still supporting the stream just fine. What do you have for me, friend? Munitions expert? Well, that occurs. Can't be countered. And then Crater Maker's going to finish it off. Womp, womp, womp. I might not get rhinos, but just getting more cards is probably just fine. My kingdom for a brainstorm off this ponder, by the way. Those are cards. Those are cards. So that's bottom. I think I take Arcanist and then Ren and 6. Yeah, I don't think it's clear. So, like, taking the Arcanist gives them, like, 1 turn to answer it while potentially they're still on 3 lands. Taking Ren and 6 means that future munitions experts get a little bit worse. But I think if I think I'm supposed to jam Arcanist this turn, so then on my turn I can go Ren minus on munitions expert, attack, lightning, or like Ponder or Lightning Bolt or something. I guess it's Ponder. It could just be Vision. You know, that's a thing too. Goblin Chieftain is pretty good against Ren and 6 in particular. It's quite strong. So I know my top card is Wasteland. So I don't want that. Let's go out and fetch my mountain. Oh, sick. So this is going to be block with both? Nope. Not giving me that sweet value. So I can't bolt and Renin 6. I think I'm going to Shardless. And we'll do that first. See what happens. Mox Diamond. Is that good? I think it's worth it. Because if I draw another land next turn, it's just like so good to get ahead here. And I am going to bolt the Chieftain right now so that Gem Palm Incinerator has less of a chance of answering my Arcanist. Sort of quit. This deck is so fun. I mean, a Wasteland is good, a Brainstorm's good. Do I even care? I really don't care right now. Tajam Safar, thank you very much for following. I hope you're enjoying the content. Yeah, so like the Vial's not good right now. It could become good later. That's acceptable. Not exciting, but acceptable. I don't have a Wasteland in yard. I don't think I should have played my land pre-combat in case I ponder and find Wasteland. I think that was a mistake on my end. Yeah. I guess we'll take Jace. All right, they're done with me. Understandably so. A Braid seems good. Pyroclasm seems insane. Dead Gone is probably good enough. Sinkhole and Corrosive Grip are things that might get slotted in when I take other cards out. So essentially for this matchup, I just want to play to the board and try to keep their stuff under control. This is not really a force of negation matchup. So we'll get rid of all of those. So that brings in these three. And then I have to decide what's going on with these. Like, Croson Grip for Aether Vial is a pretty big game. That needs to come in. The Magmatic Sinkhole is kind of whatever. It's really for getting rid of big stuff. I think I'm supposed to trim Force of Will. I can still keep 2 because there's nothing else really worth bringing in. But this is good. Like, I have the ability to really gun down their board with the removal suite I'm having. Yeah, that's why I haven't clicked submit yet. I'm thinking about that myself. Like, is a colorless land better than a Force of Will? I don't think so. Like, they don't always have Vial or Cavern. Hey, Bentley. Glad you're here for this one. This is so much fun. Yeah, there are the worlds where it can, like, bounce Cranko or Grenzo. I have someone at the door. Ooh. Chat, we decided to mull for you. Hit the button. Okay. I don't really love this hand either, honestly. Yeah. We're not in a wasteland on the draw situation. Oh, thank God we didn't get lacqueyed. We were not well equipped to deal with a lackey start. This is great. Great, great, great. So Kappa, the first hand essentially was like gambling on the power of the top deck, and the second hand was consistent but slow. Absolutely, we'll fire off this brainstorming response. I know the top of the library is at least somewhat good. Put back land. Hope to redraw one land between the brainstorm and my next 2 draw steps. Or no, I'm going to redraw one anyway. So if they don't port me, I should have played Tarn. Should have played Tarn. I'm really kicking myself for that. It should have been Tarn so I can bolt something on their turn and fetch Forest. That was a very big mistake. It's not going to matter because I'm going to get ported. So I can still get Forest here, then get Mountain with this and have all my basics. Although this could be a game. Oh wow, they just let me draw? That's really weird. Now I get to just Shardless? Oh, I'm taking the risk. Opponent says misclicked through upkeep. That is why. So it's not some crazy next level play. So they could just have like Munitions Expert, like clear the Shardless Agent out of the way and connect in. Pile Driver's fine. Oh man. Am I brainstorming in response? Sure, I got 2. Eh. I think I just make rhinos, right? Like I just go land rhinos. and like do the thing. Is 10 power good? Feels like 10 power is good. I don't even think I can attack. Oh yeah. Got him. Hey, chat. Do you hear that? Do you hear it? Rhinos! No, you just have to make the attack with authority and hope they forget their protection. Yeah, I forgot it was Pro Blue. Yeah, the number of times where I played a blue deck against Goblins is very low. Alright. Oh, that was my first like true misplay of the day. But was it really a misplay if I snuck in 2 damage? Like my opponent might have been playing around some sort of like graveyard recursion. I guess the attack is free. Like if they double block me, it's whatever. Alright. What are you getting with Matron? It could be anything. It's probably just going to be a munitions expert to, like, clear out a Rhino. But they could go, like, Ringleader as well. Or who knows, like, there's a lot of utility ones, like Siege Gang and such, that they can have in there. Dr. Bill with the old school standard knowledge. Yeah, so I think red-black Goblins is the correct build of Goblins, not close. Like, the black cards are so good. Yeah. Let's brainstorm away some of these lands and, like, use this to help us plot our turn. Well, I don't think I can pass up on the draw 3. That's so good. I do have a lot of cards, though. Like, maybe I don't need to. Like, if I draw 3 right now, like, I'd be putting back Vision land, so I'd just be drawing land which I don't want in 2 others. I kind of just want to shuffle away 2 lands and just try to outvalue my opponent through their ringleader. Yeah, let's ship back land. Go for Volk. So I'm going to play Ice Fang Coatl. And then depending on what this draw looks like, I might just go bolt 2 of your idiots, swing in. You're like just a touch late. I'm thinking if I want to actually bolt anything pre-combat. I don't think I do. I think I just turn everything sideways. Oh man, you're going to point that at a rhino, and then you're going to be sad. So now I can take this as an opportunity to, I guess, bolt the pile driver. Honestly, if I just bolt this, I don't lose the rhino, and I get to trample through for the full damage. I think that's fine. It means if they have yet another removal spell, their Goblin Lackey might be able to get in. But I don't think that can turn the game, given my board. I very rarely say can't lose against Goblins. That deck can find a way with Skirk Prospector sometimes. Sure, Wally, but I don't want the Rhino to die, right? Like, I don't want to give my opponent the opportunity to take it off the table. But I see what you're saying. Does Grafdigger's Cage stop Cascade? I would need to read the exact text of that. That doesn't stop Cascade, right? should have tapped this differently. I don't think it matters, though. Should have tapped this, leaving bulk up. Is this an instant? It is an instant. That is strong. Does this also go to face? Doesn't go to face. So my opponent was asking how big of a deal it was that they missed the port on the turn that they clicked through. Yeah, so I'm just going to trample over for lethal here. Rhinos! Like, we definitely got a small tempo boost there, but I don't think it was, like, the be-all, end-all, right? Like, if they port our island, we just, like, brainstorm in response, go to main phase, end up bolting the lackey. So, like, it matters, but I don't think it meaningfully impacts the game in the long run. In the short term, sure. Keep. This is going to be a game where I am not going to be getting basics. We are hoping to not be playing against a combo deck with this hand, by the way. Oh, man. Are we playing against Red Prison? That's great. That's very, very, very good. I'm going to play the Coatl this turn. Because we might just be playing against a blue-red Delver deck or something. It's not like 100% Red Prison. Nice! Yeah, I should have flashed that in. You're right. I think we care about the moon. Because if I get one forest, then I don't care about the moon for the rest of the game. And that's pretty huge. So I'd like to set myself up. Oh yeah. This wasteland is hot. Yeah, if my opponent realizes how good Chalice on Zero is against me, I will be a sad panda. Little do they know, I have this sneaky deaky lightning bolt coming up. Sorry, played a land. So I'll get end of turn, lightning bolt the Magus, and I will just take 2 to keep my options open. Trinosphere is pretty annoying. It makes my Shardless Agent way worse. I had to pay 4 total mana for 8 power. This is absurd. If my opponent is not an Ensnaring Bridge build, I actually feel really good about my point in life now. Yeah, sorry, War Boss. You're not looking so hot right now. We're the aggro deck now. I will pay 3 mana for a 2/2. And I'll like it. No! We already proved last round that Rhinos beat Goblins, so my opponent's just a slower Goblins deck. What are they gonna do? Well, the thing about brainstorming for Force of Will is that I can't actually cast it because of the Trinosphere, right? So it's kind of a wash. I think I just like getting the 2/2 into play to just like put more pressure on the board and make it so that like potential blockers can't muck with me as easily. Abrade's good. Pyroclasm's fine. Crossing Grip's good. Excuse me. Sinkhole's fine. Dead Gone's fine. I am not exactly sure what to cut. I guess running 6 is pretty bad in this matchup. We're not going to be pinging 1 toughness things. And returning Wasteland is kind of medium. Oh yeah, I can also consider Pierce. I'll probably trim an Ice Fang Coatl. Maybe Magmatic Sinkhole's too much. Oh, right, it can hit Planeswalkers. I'm torn between, like, wanting to keep all of these and wanting to trim some of them. Because, like, the Force of Negation doesn't hit the creature-based threats. I'm going to board out a Ponder. I'm going to go down one of those. I'm going to go down the second Coatl. Maybe go down a Visions. That's 1 too many. Eh? 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 Obviously not 100% sure on those last couple of slots. I have a hand with access to 3 basic lands. I'm going to keep this. My turn 1 will be Vista for Forest, Crashing Footfalls. Turn 1 Karn is pretty good. You can have Ancient Tomb. That's a very powerful opening. That's a hand where if I would have had Force of Will or Force of Negation, they just folded to it. Again, super glad they're putting Chalice on 1 and not Chalice on 0. Nice. Nice. Can't cast things under Trinisphere, but I sure can suspend them. You can have a mountain. So I was thinking about Croson gripping the Trinisphere versus playing Arcanist. I think I'm supposed to Croson grip the Trinisphere and then use Arcanist to, like, produce a stream of rhinos. Yeah, so Trinisphere does not affect the spell's converted mana cost, it affects how much you pay for that spell. I mean, I'll suspend it. You know I will. I did not listen to the podcast this week. I am of the opinion that Dreadhorde Arcanist is an absolutely insane card, and is one of the most impactful legacy cards that we've seen in years. From what I understand, that is contrary to the opinions of some of the podcast hosts. Adding mana? You have Bridge? Chalice on 2. My god, like, do you not realize how much a Chalice on 0 would have wrecked me? You do not. Cast. He remembered his trigger. They remembered their trigger. Rhinos! Rhinos probably get there, but it's going to be close. I don't think my opponent played this turn optimally. At all. So if I turn all my rhinos sideways, my opponent takes 6 and goes to 2. If I don't do anything, my opponent can Chandra minus kill a rhino, Karn, create another blocker. Waiting isn't that good. Attacking isn't that good. It's like if I attack now, I lose 3 rhinos, push 6 damage, push them to 2. Opponent now says, should have put Chalice on 0, didn't realize that interaction. Maybe I'm supposed to attack. No. I think I need to pass the turn. If I do, like, some sort of all-out attack, you're right, I might just, like, die on the crashback. So I'm going to pass, hope they misplay, hope to draw Magnetic, deal 5 damage thingy. Magnetic Sinkhole. The board's complicated. No worries. Opponent's turn 1 Karn. It's real good. Okay. So opponent has 5 blockers. I can attack with everything and they take 6 again. It's about as good as it was last turn. So I'm just going to hold back. So I think I've kind of got to hope that they ult Chandra and don't have 2 spells. If they ult Chandra and have 2 spells, I'm probably just dead. Oh god, did I miss lethal? F. Oh, that's disappointing. Alright, well, that's on me. Very well. I should be 4-0 now, but I just made a savage misplay. So we're going to go to game 3, and then we're going to hope to be 4-0 anyway. It is 4-0, right? That's where I'm at with this league. Is this the 3rd round? I don't know. It becomes a blur. I've streamed a lot recently. Ah. Ice Fang Coatl, not good enough. It would get countered. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and concede this one here. Super sad that I missed lethal. Yeah, that was... I think that was still the Trenosphere game. Yeah. Yeah, they now know how Chalice on 0 works, so I'm not going to get that free roll again. Okay, good. I didn't miss lethal then. I'm going to keep this. I did miss lethal. Less good. So I think I just want to keep this Spell Pierce open. If my opponent doesn't do anything, I will end of turn Brainstorm. But I'd like to say, what did opponent keep? Drawing mana sources that aren't Wasteland would be strong. Okay, your Chrome Mox is fine. You can have that. I am going to Wasteland. It seems like they were playing around Spell Pierce, and my Spell Pierce may continue to be a live card if I waste them. I was kind of hoping they jam like a Karn or a Chandra into this. Right after I pitched my Shardless Agents, you say. It's possible I'm not supposed to do that and keep the mana for Croson Grip. But I really want to try and get value out of this Pierce. Can I let this hit play? How many outs do I have to it? Go on, play a 4-drop. I don't know if my opponent was like deliberately playing around Pierce or what, but that feels bad. Like my Pierce is a 1-of, and I really got there. Yeah, they definitely were not ghosting in game 1. This game looks suspect. But I still end up on the side of not ghosting, and the other player doesn't know what's going on in my deck list and was trying to play around soft permission. Yeah, randomly figuring out the Chalice on 0 interaction mid-game is very interesting. So I can bounce a construct to kill it, and then Krosan Grip the Chalice the turn before the stuff comes off of Suspend. Yeah, but if they were ghosting me, would they tell me that they should have put it on 0 to let me know that they were ghosting me? Hazaret is strong here. Yeah, I think I'm just getting aggroed out. And I'm fully going to lose this game because my opponent played around the one of Spell Pierce, or watched me have Spell Pierce in hand. I can bolt and get rid of the Karn. And then basically die to anything. Like, I'm dead on board, but I'll make my opponent, like, do it. All they have to do is discard a card they drew to Hazaret, or, like, play out their card so they can actually attack with Hazaret. That's a little disappointing. Okay, so that was only round 3. I should be 3-0. I made a mistake. And a costly one at that. It's a little frustrating, but it is what it is. I'm going to keep this. I need a green source. But the possibility of, like, Brainstorm, Crashing Foothills, Shardless Agent combo is irresistible. Alright, you thought seize me. I'm going to get a snack. Alright, I lost the Brainstorm. 100%. 100%. I wish I had a better feel for what my opponent was playing. I think I need to take Force of Negation this turn, and then take Misty next turn. Here's the thing about the I should be statements, though. You always focus on you messing up, not your opponent messing up. It's very important. Still unclear what my opponent is on, but I'm leaning towards Grixis deck. So we're 2-1 Arkin. We punted away potentially the match against Red Prison. And by potentially, I mean definitely. Am I getting another basic? I don't have a Tiger, right? Do not have a Tiger. Alright, am I suspending Rhinos or just playing Ice Fang Koala? I think I'm gonna summon some Rhinos. If it's a fair deck, getting that going is important. That does not get Force of Negation. It's also not particularly answerable by my hand. At the same time, it's also not something that I care too much about. Like, it's obviously great. It's weird. I think I do it. I think I play Mox Diamond, discard Snow-Covered Island, Red and 6, returns Snow-Covered Island, place... I can't also get Ice Fang Coatl into play. Oh, well, okay. Rephrase. I can't get Ice Fang Coatl in play with it being a Death Toucher. This is a brutal force of will. I can't Force of Negation back because I can't do this during my turn. Yeah. It's the colors that would be the issue with, like, the Ren and 6 plus get a land plan. Well, yeah, it's one of the best creatures they've printed in so long. Like, you probably have to go back to, like, Innistrad block to get something as good. Where we got, like, Snapcaster and Thalia. It also doesn't get Force of Negation. Yeah, absolutely. Current rate is $12 to get a deck on stream. This one was sponsored by PVDH Magic in chat. I'm not giving them 2 cards with this Thoughtseize. This probably means that they take my Shardless Agent, and I have to play Icefang Coatl here. Are there any decks that I've been itching to try? Goblins with black is a big one. It's probably at the top of my personal list, just because, like, Sling Gang is so crazy cool. I think Force of Negation has passed the point where it's good. I think instead I'm trying to, like, Icefang Coatl, and then any land turns it into a Death Toucher that answers Arcanist. Yeah, Goblins is great. Munitions Expert and Sling Gang are, like, game changers. I'd play some Pox. I'd like to play Pox with... what's it called? It's in my sideboard. Ashiok Dreamrender. That seems like it has potential. I think I'm going to Icefang Coatl and get deeper before I ponder. Three hits for a fetch land to have a really good turn. I accept. Oh, baby. I'm going to put back Force of Negation, Ponder, pass, intend on fetching my basic mountain, probably, to turn on Icefang Coatl, and make it so I can play double Arcanist next turn. Oh, God, that's so good. I am going to take their Arcanist off the table, unless they have another removal spell as well. They have another removal spell. Life's real bad. Man, are we really in a world where Pox doesn't even play Dark Ritual anymore? It's very strange to me. This is no good. This is no good, chat. Taking 6 damage currently. Going to 10. Opponent gets to brainstorm or ponder. Oh god, I think my opponent's Gurmagging. I don't even know if the Rhinos save me now. In before opponent's last 2 cards are Force and blue card. What am I supposed to do? They had all these. Sinkhole, Pyroclasm, a Braid, Blasts, probably Pierce, Bluster, and this thing too. And then probably just like ignore the Force of Will side of my deck and just try to like play fair into the board. Don't like that 2 of the removal spells that I'm bringing in don't kill Arcanist. I don't like that Ren 6 doesn't kill that either. I don't know where I'm supposed to go from here with my boarding. I think Jace is medium, but it bounces Gurmag or Arcanist on an empty-ish board, which is a big game. When in doubt, that's probably safe. Oh, don't play Fluster or Pierce? Sure, and if I don't do that, I can keep the Mox. Oh, right. I forget that they're also Cascade targets as well. I'll keep this. So this is going to be like Forest, Island, Mountain. I think Reb is actively good. I'm not going to Pyroblast anything that my opponent plays on turn 1. I'm just going to play Ice Fang Coatl on turn 2. No shuffle with the ponder. Nice. I wonder if I'll be setting that up or if I'll just be throwing that out there. This is a sweet pyroclasm. I think I'm not going to attack, play Pyroclasm. That way, if this gets forced, I still have one back to trade with the Delver. I seem so smart. Lightning Bolt. Everything went wrong for you, Ice Fang Coatl. Rip. Opponent's board got scary in a hurry. So I think I need to Shardless Agent into a removal spell rather than just Pyroblast the Delver. Like the 3-turn clock, really closer to 2 with the bolt that this represents is too scary. So I think I need to just get lucky. That counts. So now I have Pyroblast for the other Delver. Fuck! Stop thought seizing me. Leave my cards alone. Now they'll just like thought seize me again, take my Jace, so I can't like bounce a Delver if I draw a land. I'm feeling pressure. That's good. I do think I need to main phase it, unfortunately. The upside of hitting a land is so high. Maybe that was a mistake, though. Like, maybe I need to hope they have nothing in hand, play it mid-combat to try to answer one of those 2 creatures, and just not let them lightning bolt it. Yeah, I take it back now. I think it was a mistake. I think I'm pretty boned anyway. But, like, a mistake is a mistake. This brainstorm's got to be real spicy. Yikes. I think I'm on 0 outs. Not technically dead. But I have no outs to the true name, right? Like, I just can't answer that card. We just, like, confirm. Yeah, I can't answer that once it's in play. So I am just dead. I should just concede. I can't deal 14 in one turn. All right. I will be right back. I'm going to run to the restroom before we go into the last round here. Hey, chat. What's better than 2 rhinos? Is it 4 rhinos? I think it's 4 rhinos. I think 4 rhinos is better than 2 rhinos. No, if you want to check the deck list, it is available on the left-hand side of the screen via the Cardboard Live extension. Yeah, that's the dream. The dream is opponent, like, goes like volcanic island ponder, and I get to like waste it and summon more rhinos. There's hope here. There's hope here. Holy crap. How opposed would you be to a Jitte in the deck to Cascade into? Not opposed, but is it necessary? Cabal Therapy targeting themselves. No. Absolutely not. What am I hoping to ponder into if I ponder? Well, I am going to ponder. I think I take this. It's a little questionable. I've already played a land, but I guess I don't want the Arcanist in hand. Actually, maybe I'm supposed to take the Force of Will. No, I guess it doesn't matter which order I do it. But I think that's the best order. Alright, Undiscovered Paradise, so my opponent probably has Bloodghasts. Wild Therapy targets themselves. Yes. They only have one Dredger. If this looting whiffs, ooh boy, am I in good shape. Looting did not whiff. Uh-oh. Is everything still visible if I do that? Yes. Yeah, so 2 of their bridges are in hand. The issue is, like, with the Street Wraith that they have in hand, like, the Golgari Grave Troll's gonna get them really deep in their library. So they can Cabal Therapy, sacrificing a Narcomoeba, target themselves, put 2 bridges in, then Cabal Therapy a second time, targeting me. I really think that first one is supposed to target them to get their bridges. Man, if only I had 2 red sources this game, and I could have like played Arcanist and then bolted it. Remove bridges from the graveyard. Would be strong. As is, I think I'm just dead. Yeah, like the only reason I have any possibility of being in this game is because they didn't therapy themselves first. I think they're just going to go wide with me, though. So I'm actually hoping that they block this and kill it so I get rid of their bridges. Yeah, they probably had better lines. So if I attack in with everything, they can easily block it. I'm facing a lot of damage on the crackback. So I guess I can just produce 2 more rhinos. And block 4 things. I think I attack with everything. They're obligated to block some of this. Yeah, I'm gonna let them do the math. All right, opponent, good luck stacking all that. bridges are gone. The black creature count in graveyards is pretty low. My opponent's down to just like a Dredge 4. Did they just take a draw? This can't block. Am I just supposed to bolt him? Like, just crash in with rhinos and send a bolt at his dome? I don't really want to bolt the thug, because it's just, like, gonna put a Narcomoeba back on top of the library. So this trades with a rhino, this trades with a rhino. If I bolt this, then they go trade with rhino, and like they can't get 2 rhinos off the board. So what would we be looking for off the ponder? Like, we have a spell covered. And, like, our board probably beats what they've got going on. I'm a little light on Graveyard Hate, but I think that's going to be fine. Alright, so we get Tormod, Surgical, Fluster, Pierce, Pyroclasm's probably fine. Ashok. Nice. Nice. So what's bad? Jace seems slow. Probably cut down on one of those. Running 6 recurring Wasteland does things, and just like using it to ping can be good, depending on what the bridge from below situation looks like, but maybe I'm being too optimistic there. But like, once a bridge is in the graveyard, the ping mode gets pretty bad. So, like, these need to stay in. 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 So this is the pool of stuff that I can, like, choose to cut from. Maybe it's supposed to be Icefang Coatl. Yeah, I trimmed one vision. It's possible that I could trim more. Keep. Force of Will, the first thing. I did not bring in a Braid. Force of Will, the first thing. Wasteland them, suspend Rhinos. So you can't underestimate how good the first free piece of counter magic is against Dredge. If you stop them from getting their first card into the graveyard, they do nothing. Well, that was anticlimactic. Okay. So thoughts on the deck? This deck is super fun. If you have the opportunity to borrow the cards either in paper or on Magic Online in order to play this, I think you should. It's an absolute blast. Main deck feels really good. I like how the numbers feel here. I'm personally not the biggest fan of the Dead Gone in the sideboard, but like I understand why it's there. Never got to see the Ashiok hit play, which is something I would have liked to have happened, but it is. I really like Magmatic Sinkhole as a sideboard card. I know I didn't cast it, but like conceptually, it's really good. It's something that can like help you deal with big threats like Gurmag Angler and Eldrazi or things like that are out of the Lightning Bolt range. Yeah, so I would love to run this deck back sometime. It feels very, very good and is a lot of fun. So if you ever want to do a donation deck list and you're like, well, what should we play? This is a great thing that I would love to do again on this channel. So thank you to PVDH Magic from chat, who both gave me the deck list and supported this stream financially. Enjoy these games while they're still happening. Don't forget, fools, the London Mulligan's coming in. Yeah. We'll see how much of an impact it has when we actually get down to the nitty-gritty here. So I hope you've enjoyed this today. Latin Academy starts up for me on Friday. I'll be leaving. So my stream schedule is going to change a little bit. So how Latin Academy's schedule works is there's a Latin day and then there's a Greek day, and you teach in the morning on one of the days. So it'll become like every other day I'll have the possibility for some morning stream time. The streams might be a little bit shorter, like I might not get through a league every time, but I'll be trying to squeeze games in where and when I can. If you're not following me on Twitter already, I'm at MangaraLock. That might be something you want to do in order to figure out when I am going to be streaming. Otherwise, following me, you can turn on notifications to know when I'm going live. All right, folks, I'm going to turn you over to my friend Tyler James Gardner, who is, Legacy Streamer throws away money on MTG Arena. No, you're not getting hosted. Sorry, Tyler. Rip. I'm going to turn you over to Ascent, who is playing Moto with Grixis Delver. /raid this person. Have a great rest of the day, folks.